morning, man.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
All right, good, man. So last time we talked about doing "O Come All You Faithful."
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna take a listen to that.
Mhm.
Before we do that, I'm gonna let you play some notes, warm up. Make sure that you get the horn warm and ready to go. So go ahead and play some notes. I will suggest playing some of the notes that are in the piece, since we're gonna be doing that shortly. Okay. Yeah, make sure one of the things make sure that you take a big breath before you start playing a note. So take the breath and really control it. Because right now it sounds like you're amateur. You're amateur. Like it was like kind of like shaking a little bit. To make sure that it's kind of like it's nice and firm, not biting on the reed, but nice and firm, making sure that you don't create any unnecessary movement there. Okay. Let's try. Let me just hear. Let's just go from D, half whole D, D E F, D E F G, going up. Okay.
On the upper octave?
Yeah.
Okay.
So half whole D, and then E F G. Yeah. Can we try that one more time?
Yeah.
And make sure that we remember the. Do you remember the finger for an F?
Yeah, it's
F natural.
Yeah, 1, 2, and then the banana key.
Yeah. So D E F. Yeah. So just remember, coming back to E. It's the high note.
The octave key.
The octave key. Yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, covering that.
Yeah, the half whole. Yeah.
Again, yeah, exactly. Let's try that one last time, and then we'll go ahead and go into it. Can you play F real quick? And then G. There you go. Yeah, there you go. It's just like that's gonna be the main challenge in this piece. Getting those high octaves. Especially here in that whole note that you're gonna hold that. It gives you enough time. To just to know where you're going. Okay, which is just like the octave key. So
Yeah.
that's not too bad. Okay, coming from the half hole. Can I see the instrument real quick? Coming from the half hole, make sure that you go from D to E. It's just just a small slight movement there. Having your finger kind of like back and forth. So one thing that you can do is practicing going from D to E, D to E, or D to E. That'll be a good exercise. Making sure that you get the octave key and the half hole at the same time. Okay, and then practicing that F too. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's just take a listen to this and see how it's coming along. And go ahead and start when you're ready. Okay, at your own tempo.
Oh, sorry.
just make sure that you just FYI, just make sure that you don't stop the note with your tongue. Okay, we've talked about it before, so just make sure that you let the instrument ring. Not too bad. However, gotta make sure that you keep practicing at least 5-10 minutes a day. That way you can build your endurance. So the only thing that's giving you problems right now is that little problem that your embouchure is getting tired. And when you're coming into the second system, into the second line, it's a little bit challenging. And there's more notes too. If you notice, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half notes in the and then a whole note. So and here you have a little bit more, to keep going. So all right, so probably the challenge here is this measure right here, going from D to E, C to D. Okay, remembering to go to covering the half hole. Okay? So you could go half hole D to E with the register key, then C, and then again half hole E. So that's that changes. It's could be a little bit tricky. So make sure that we practice that a little slow, and make sure that we get the rhythm correctly. A little bit more accuracy. So let's go ahead and touch that. We're gonna go really slow. So we're just gonna play the first 2 notes. Okay.
The half hole D and the E.
Yeah, the first 2 notes. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, again. So let me hear just half hole D. Ready, and. Cool. Next note. Okay. Now let's play in time. Just 1, 2, ready, and. There you go again. Sorry. Again. Okay. Now let me hear. We're just gonna go note by note. We're gonna do the first 3, just like on my cue. Okay. Here you go. So the first note. Next note. Next note. Okay. Now let's do it in time. 2, ready, and. Again, and. And. Ready, last time. Cool. Now let's just practice going from C to half hole D, okay? Half hole D. So on my cue, ready, C. And D. Again. C. And D. Okay. Now note by note, just that full measure. Here we go. On my cue, ready, and. And then next note. There we go. Cool. Again, one last time. Same thing on my cue, ready, and. In time. Okay, just remembering that. 1, 2, ready, and. Okay, so the thing is, like, you gotta make sure that when, in order to avoid getting late to those notes, let me see this real quick. Is when you're doing half hole D, you have all your fingers on the instrument right here. The only thing that is, pretty much like all your fingers are there. Then you get to E, right? And it's what, this two, right?
Yeah.
And then you get to C. So when you get to C, it's just 1 and 2. All the other fingers are just laying, hanging out here.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you don't lift your fingers too much, because then it's gonna get from C you have to go to D, which is covering almost all the fingers again, except for the half whole D here.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still gonna have that that index finger there.
Mm-hmm.
So going from C to D, It has to be a slight movement, but if you have all your fingers over here, it's gonna be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like more chance to
To miss the key.
yeah, to miss the keys. Yeah, the key. Sorry. So make sure that yeah, when you're playing C, you don't lift up your fingers too much. You make sure that they're just almost there. So you're going from D E C D. Like it just has to be like that much of a motion,
Mm-hmm.
right? D E C D.
Okay.
B. Okay, and notice like B, it's only one, and I have like all these extra fingers there. You know, right? So like I'm making sure that those are ready for A, G, and then C again, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all my fingers are always gonna have to stay there. You know, so when you have like just 1 and 2, C or B or A, that there's only like just a few fingers. Make sure that the other ones are not,
Mm-hmm.
too far off from the keys. Okay.
Okay.
Here you go. Actually, let's put that in context. So going after the whole note, just starting on that next measure.
On the high G.
Yeah, high G. Um,
Heck. Sorry, I noticed that I like
yeah, so it's something that you're gonna have to work on a little bit. So just making sure that your fingers are staying, they're close to the keys is gonna be it's gonna help you a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do "Song of the Lost Lamb" there, and we're gonna touch on F sharp. You remember your F sharp fingering.
I think it was 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2.
One.
Yeah,
Just
one.
one. Yeah, just
1,
one.
2.
One,
With
two,
the
three,
back octave key.
one, yeah, and it is the exact same as low F sharp. So it's just like
with
you
the
just
octave key.
yeah, you just add the octave key, so it's not too hard. Let's go and start. Oh, sorry. Just before we move on to that, in "O Come All You Faithful," make sure that you're breathing. That you're inhaling and exhaling. The best places I would suggest it will be on that whole note. So play that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 8 measures. Straight. Then exhale and inhale real quick. So that way you can build your endurance. And you can play the whole thing without struggling. Another good place will be, for example, in this measure right here. Okay, just so you don't you don't try to play the whole thing.
On one.
Yeah, just one breath. It'll be too much. Cool. All right. So make sure that you also practice that when you're practicing your music. Make sure that you put like little notes where you want to take a breath.
Mm-hmm.
That way you know when to take a breath, and make sure that you inhaling and exhaling. Let's do "Song of the Lost Lamb" on your own tempo. Okay, cool. So let's just do the first 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the first 4 measures, and we'll stop here. Just the first 4. Okay. Just concentrate. Let me hear a D, half of D. B, A, and high F sharp. There we go. So those are the fingerings, the fingers. Yeah, that you have to work on. Okay. So let's just do that real quick. The first 4 measures on your own tempo. Yeah. So again, it's gonna be the exact same thing. You know, whenever you're practicing with the other piece, you know, is practicing on. You gotta work on the fingers staying down. You know, and then practicing leaps. For example, going from A to D. Okay, can I just hear that quick? A to D. There we go. Yeah, so making sure that it's smooth. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, and that ba, 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 ba. Okay, don't hang out too much on that D right there. It's just an eighth note. But yeah, right now our main thing, our main goal for next lesson will be coming back with the same the same two pieces, but now what I'm gonna be looking for is your fingerings. The you know and
That they don't stay too
yeah
high.
that they don't stay out. You know you gotta practice. I'm gonna give you the exact same material, but now you're gonna go back and you're gonna fix that little thing, and you're gonna notice that it's you know keeping the fingerings there. It's gonna be much easier, you know, and you're gonna be able to play. You're gonna be able to play faster, you know. So make sure that for next lesson you come back, and I'm gonna be looking for that specifically. Okay. Make sure that you keep practicing your you know how to get to the aperture. You know, like how to get a nice aperture. Like, do you remember all the steps that we talked about? You know, like putting
it was the on the half and then like
rolling back, yeah. And then one thing that you might want to do, and it's I strongly suggest, is practice in front of a mirror. You know, that way, and if you can practice sideways, you know, or yeah, so it's just so you can see yourself, and you can see your fingerings. You can see your fingers, and what fingerings, you know, you're sticking out your fingers. Okay, so practicing in front of a mirror, you know, and making sure that you sit up straight. Okay, make sure that you sit up straight, because sometimes you kind of yeah, you want to lean into the instrument instead of bringing the instrument to you. You know, you gotta keep that angle. That way, you know, it's gonna help you. Okay, it's gonna help you with tone. It's gonna help you with, you know, aperture, articulation, everything. Okay, and so, but yeah, you know, that's the main thing for next lesson. Okay, you know, just practice that in the mirror. You know, and keep those fingers in the close to the instrument. All right, and don't end the
not with the tongue.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next lesson, man.
Thank you.